This is Alvaro Cortez Jr., aka Lance Danger here. Just wanted to do a very quick live stream because I'm kind of excited to share with you guys a new cover I made. I know this is probably like the third cover that I've done for this particular edition of the Fred Peterson, The Mighty Warlord Book 1 Prologue, but this is going to be the definitive cover. I'm probably going to have an opportunity to probably reach out to more stores than expected to be able to sell this product. Hopefully by next year. There's a lot of talks and conversations and meetings going on. There's also a lot of investigating on printers and whatnot. I'm still having problems, of course, like a lot of you guys are having if you're an indie creator working with Kablam, so again, weighing in my options, seeing what's available out there. It looks like it's going to be good for Warlord to finally see print next year, at least the Truthful Comics edition. And I just wanted to do the cover reveal of it. But first, let me just show you guys the not the original because this is like the third printing cover, but the cover that's probably the most known. Of course, that's on Indie Planet, where if you wish to buy it, you can buy it print on demand, or you can buy it digitally as well. Regular for the physical copy, of course, it's $2.50. For digital download, it is 99 cents. You can choose either or, and this is the cover that was used for this particular edition, the Studio 22 Web Comics edition. Of course, Studio 22 was the studio that I was involved with um, local legend Rigo Jimenez towards the end of the 2000s, like 2010 ish, I would like to say, probably beginnings of 2011. That's perhaps like the most well known cover of the prologue. It's the edition that has sold the most of the prologues. There's been three editions so far. There's going to be a fourth edition now, but this one is going to be drawn completely from scratch. It is going to be drawn based on the existing material. In other words, like the comics that were already printed and the web comics, of course. Long story short, all the original artwork, all the original digital files that I had when I was growing up in Puerto Rico and working on my comic in Puerto Rico got destroyed by various storms, floods, electricity. If it's bad now, um, it's gotten worse over the years because I remember when I lived in Puerto Rico, like the power surges and the electricity would go out, but not to this extent like we've been seeing even before Hurricane Maria hit the island. So a lot of hard drives got fried, even with a surge protector. Like once I had a surge protector actually catch fire from a power surge. That's how bad it can get in Puerto Rico. And that was back then. I can't even imagine how it is now. I've heard so many horror stories and seen so much, yes, despicable things in Puerto Rico in terms of how the energy grid is being handled, but that's a conversation for another day. The reason that's taken me so long to actually produce physical copies of Warlord was losing all that original artwork and original digital files. I was trying to get more momentum over the last couple of years, but when I got COVID, the things got set back and I haven't really talked about it. But recently I was diagnosed with long COVID, so I'm actually still dealing with some of the ramifications from that, which has really slowed me down. But now I'm taking the steps to become healthier again and be how I was before COVID. So there you go. That's the original cover of the third edition. Fred and Jane kind of like friendly gaze to one another. It was done almost in a tarot card kind of style. but also trying to introduce like not so subtly the romantic elements of the aspects of that story. So that's the original cover of the third printing, and I just wanted to go ahead and make something kind of like that, but a little more updated because I felt like the other covers that I did like two other covers before this. They looked nice, but they felt kind of flat to me. It didn't really kind of evoke an emotion. So I was kind of like struggling to kind of strike that chord, so to speak, that emotional chord. And I think I finally got it. I did it based on this image. Let me go ahead and do the cover reveal now, if you bear with me. And there you go. That is going to be the new cover for the fourth edition of Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord, which is the Truthful Comics edition. Why Truthful Comics edition? Because again, it's not just the cover. The entire story has been redrawn completely, completely redrawn. And even though probably did have most of these files salvaged from the prologue, because the prologue I actually had drawn that one after I had actually drawn the first two chapters. I still have like most of the original files I actually randomly found on Dropbox one night. I wanted to just redraw the whole thing because I didn't want the artwork to be so inconsistent that you'll see old art in one issue and then like a huge leap of different artwork in the next. So as you can see, there's no price yet on the cover. So this is probably like 99.98% right now. Again, I'm in negotiations to see about how to get this printed and distributed. Of course, when I actually have it printed out, it is going to be available at Anyone Comics in Brooklyn, New York, some more than likely Everyone Comics in Long Island City, Queens as well. And probably a couple of other comic book shops in um, the NYC area, probably in most of the boroughs, if not all of them. So that's pretty exciting. So yeah, there it is. I maintained the that aspect of Fred and Jane gazing at each other, but I wanted to like introduce more elements to it, make it look really old school. So I also included the other two characters that are so important in the story, especially in that first book of chapters 1 through 12. John Gardner and Cheryl Smith, of course, John, the childhood friend of both Fred and Jane, and of course Cheryl, Fred's girlfriend, and of course one of the most beloved characters of that first story arc, Funny Bone, as well. And I wanted to give it like that old school 50s kind of, flair to it, where they would add some text to it, like, of course, Fred and Jane, they call each other that they're the bestest friends in the whole wide world. And since they've known each other since birth, really, they grew up together because their respective parents were all friends in college or whatnot. And of course, John was a friend that they met along the way when they all started going to school. And of course, in high school, that's where we all meet Cheryl as well. And of course, there is Funny Bone. I just always found hilarious those kind of cheesy captions on those old school kind of covers. So I kind of wanted to have that feel of it there too. That there's going to be an element of fun and mystery and whatnot in this story. So of course, what is their secret? Referring to John and Cheryl, and heavy is the crown on the king of assassins. I should make that slogan into a sticker or a T-shirt or something, but I might get in trouble for that one. At least maybe a sticker with like the silhouette of Funny Bone or something like that, because that is like incredibly cheesy and incredibly badass. Heavy is the crown of the king of assassins, if I do say so myself, anyway. So, guys, I hope um, you like this cover. I'm going to be sharing it on my social media, of course, so you guys can see it more in detail. I just wanted you guys to like have like that first look at it. I am closing into 300 subscribers on the channel, so thank you all very much. I just surpassed the 100 and I believe it was 175 channel views. Let me double check on that. Like it's been such a whirlwind that I can't even like keep track. 150,000 viewers. I'm actually closing into 175 views, which is absolutely crazy. I can't thank everyone enough for all this. Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you guys real quick. Thank you all so much for your support over the years. I hope you guys enjoy the comic when it does come out. The web comic is going to update this week, hopefully. I have been going to a lot of medical appointments as well, which has kind of, set some things back. But hopefully, I'll be able to get on track starting next week before New York Comic Con. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little quickie stream. I hope you liked this cover that I did for my little humble comic, and I'll catch you all next time.